Okay, guys, so we're going to break this video up into two phases. We have our lateral quickness phase where we're just going to need a cone. You're going to have to be moving laterally as quick as you can, changing direction. Then the second phase is the deceleration phase, or I like to call it the stop on a dime phase. And so you guys know it's just as important to be able to stop as it is to be able to move fast. There's a big misconception in training that you just need to jump really, really high and you don't have to know how to land. Or you just need to be able to run really, really fast and you don't have to learn how to stop. Deceleration is key when you want to become the complete athlete.
Now, for this, you're just gonna take your little cones and you're gonna set them about 5 yards apart. Ours might be a little shorter, at least on these first two, but you're gonna set them about 5 yards apart depending on your space. And we're gonna number them, okay? So for wherever you do these drills, whether it's your backyard, your garage, always have the numbers be the same. So in our case, we're gonna start over here. So this is number 1, this is number 2, this is number 3, and this is number 4. And this will make more sense in a little bit. We're not gonna do any numbers just yet, but just remember, there's 4 cones, we're gonna number them out. The first one he's gonna start on cone 1 right here. He's gonna start with his hand on it. He's just gonna shuffle over, touch cone 2, I'm gonna spread them out a little bit, touch cone 2, go back to cone 1. He's gonna side shuffle, touch cone 3, go back to cone 1, and then he's gonna sprint through cone 4 right here. You go ahead and show him. Good. Now he can do the same thing going this way. We don't have to show you, but you could go, now he's gonna be going right. So he went left, so everything you go left, we do right. So now he's on cone 1 again. He's gonna shuffle over, touch cone 2 with his right hand now. Instead of his left hand leading, now his right hand would be leading. Shuffle over, boom, shuffle back, touch, and then turn and sprint through cone 4 again. So you can just change the direction, so you're doing them each way. And we'll explain all that in the PDF. Okay, so now the next one. Now he's gonna start here on cone 1, and I'm gonna tell him where to shuffle, and he's gonna go to that cone and then go back to 1. All right, so this one you would need a partner. So if you face me, right here, now if I say 4, he's going to 4. If I say 2, he's going to 2, and so on. And then I'm just gonna change up the direction on him, okay? So he's gonna go to the cone, whatever cone I say, and then back to home, which is number 1. All right, 2, 4, 2, 3, through. And then you can turn and then just go through whatever you say through. So this one's up to you. These usually stay about, depending on the sport, and this is another thing. So he's a football player. With a guy like him, if your kid does play football, keep these between 6 and 12 seconds. Maybe if you want to go a little higher, to like that 15-second range, that's fine. But the average play in football is about 6 or 7 seconds, and there's 15 seconds off in between. So if you want to do some conditioning, this is the style of conditioning that I like doing with football players, or for whatever sport it is. So a lot of like basketball is like jog, jog, jump, or volleyball is like very anaerobic where they're just standing, moving a couple steps, and then they're jumping, right? So every sport's a little different, but in this case, for the football, I would give him probably 20 seconds off, and then we'd run through it again. And we'll say all this in the PDF, I just wanted to preface to let you guys know. And then we'll run through, but you don't want them going for 1.5 minutes where they feel like they're gonna puke. This is about quickness, this is about efficiency, this is about getting from point A to point B. All right, cool. So now this one, now we got cone 1, starting from over there. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'm gonna tell him what cone to go to, and he's gonna side shuffle and touch the cone that I say, and then he's gonna go back to the center. All right? 2, 2, 4, 5. Good, so that's the first variation where they're going back to what we call home. They're going back to the center.
Yo, real quick, because you're watching and you made it this far, I want to give you a free gift. Just shoot me a DM at twice the speed and say, let's get it. When you send me let's get it, I'm going to send you a free warm-up that only you will see.
But now I'm just going to be wild with my numbers. There is no home. He's just going to move. He's gonna keep going, and I'm gonna be spitting out numbers, and he's gonna have to remember where everything's at. Now this is gonna help them with their neuromuscular. It's gonna help them understand and make reactions quick on the fly. So right now we got 1, cone 2, cone 3, cone 4, cone 5. Okay? So he's sitting on 3. I'm just gonna be moving him around. 2, 4, 1, 3, 2, 4, 5. Good. And we break. That was probably about 6 to 10 seconds. So you want to keep them anywhere from 6 to 15 seconds, depending on the sport. Maybe soccer, make them go a little bit longer. For guys like baseball, we can go towards that 6, super anaerobic. So in the PDF, we can break all that down, but just understand speed and agility and deceleration and acceleration and changing of direction. It's not about hands on hips dying, right? It's not about killing the kid and making them feel like they can't breathe, because then they're not able to move as fast as you can. I would rather have him do 5 sets of as fast as he can go than give me 20 sets at 70%, because he's gonna be training at top velocity. He's gonna be training at the peak. So that's why we do that. Deceleration, for those of you who don't know, watching video 1, I explain it, but deceleration is how fast you can stop. Okay, acceleration is how fast you can increase your speed. Deceleration is how fast you can go from that top speed or even like mid-level speed to changing directions, cutting, and then making that move. So phase 2 is more about that lateral, going back and forth. And this phase is gonna be full speed, boom, and then making that change of direction. So I'm gonna cut away and show you the drills. For this, it really depends on your space. We have our cones, just for the sake of this video, probably about 5 yards apart. In the PDF, we can explain it a little bit more, but I would start with 5 if you don't have a ton of space. If you have a little more space, you can do 10. I wouldn't do any more than about 15 yards per, but I'll preface everything in the PDF and I'll lay it out for you. But for this example, we're gonna show 5, so keep it between 5 and 10, just for some advantage. So, all right, we're gonna start on this cone, and we're gonna run you through the circuit. So we'll give you, we'll move the camera over here, we'll come this way, and we'll give an angle going out this way. So there's gonna be a bunch of different variations of what he's doing. And the number one thing is, as he approaches these cones, he's gonna be doing one of 2 different things, or a couple different things. He's either gonna stop and hold a lunge, or he's just gonna shuffle around the cone. And I'll have him show in full. And the reason we're doing that, because being able to be at full speed, these are only 5 yards. The 10 yards will make them run a little faster in between the cones. But if I get up to, you know, a good amount of speed, I gotta sink my hips and be able to stick, right? The more I can sink my hips and stick that deceleration, that's what's gonna create that stop and a dime. All right, so we'll cut away and we'll show you guys the exact angles of how this looks. All right, cool, so we just showed you the 5 yard breakdown. I still have them set here on the diagonal. Now, if you do have more space, all you're gonna do is we're gonna run through that again. And especially the warmer climate guys, we're gonna take the cones, now we're gonna go 10 yards. And I'll show you really quickly, just at 50%, of how you can, let's see, we got about 10. Right here. So now, on the first one, and just walk with me, Ryan, but we can just go back and I'll explain as we go. You can just stay in line with me and then we can zoom in on the cone. So with the first one, we were stopping. On the way there, he wanted me this right, and on the way back, he wanted this left. So if I'm gonna be jogging just like this, now we're going 10 yards, so I'm gonna be able to pick up more speed in between. Boom, 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 boom. We're gonna break down those hips, we're gonna stick. And then we're gonna hold, we're gonna go through to the next one. Boom, 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 stick that right. Same thing, we're gonna go, keep going, sprint, 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 stick, right on that cone, hold, and then go. Same thing, and then we're gonna stick right here, make sure they sink their hips. We're gonna go back, we're gonna do the same thing, sticking that left. Now that next one, you can come out in front of me again. Now that next one, we're doing a shuffle. So we're coming around the cone like this, and then we're going straight. So on the 10 yard, it'd be sprint, 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 break down, lower the hips, all the way around, forward, break down, shuffle around, forward. And I wanted to give you guys a little bit different look, so as I'm talking I can show you, but I wanted to also have you see Tristan do it. So he did the 5 yard version, this would be the 10 yard version. If you want to space it out and get that 15, maybe 20 if you want to get risky with it, but we could talk more about all that in the PDF, then go for it. But same thing goes with the diagonals, the 45 degrees. All you do is you kick them out like we did. So this one would be out here, and then that third one would be out, and we would just do that same thing. So it would be here, now we're going on 45, break down, boom, 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 stick, change direction, boom, stick, change directions. My cone would be over here, stick, change direction, stick, change directions. Now, if you guys have any questions, be sure, I like teaching it this way because it's easy, it's very palatable. You guys understand as I'm teaching, like I'm with you, okay? I can sit here and have 75 different camera angles and boom mics and all this stuff, but this is what's gonna make your child better, these sorts of drills. If you guys have any questions or any sort of feedback on even how we do these workouts, just hit us up. But most importantly, send us the results because your kids are gonna be breaking angles and they're gonna be stopping on a dime. Talk soon, guys. Subscribe to the channel. There's a little circle next to me on the right hand side. Be sure that you're clicking that and you're subscribing to the channel right now. Turn on those notifications and leave a comment and let me know what sport you play, and I'll be reaching out shortly. Talk soon, guys.